G'day viewers, how they hanging? Peter here. As you can see, I'm down at the lathe today. So what's the moron doing today? Always fucking around the shed. I've got a funny little job today. So if you look at my lathe, what can you see? What you can see is a yellow plastic handled screwdriver. What is it? It's a cellulose acetate. They use these in the 60s. I think they still do them. This one's made in Australia by a company called Cyclone, and I'll tell you why I'm doing this. I've got a 9.5mm drill in there. The current hole is 7.5. I'm going to drill a hole into the handle. I don't know if you can see that the hole goes to about where my finger is. You can see it inside here, just to about there. So we're going to drill a hole, and then I'll tell you more later. Okay, so we're about to drill a hole. If you don't know how to do this, there is seriously something wrong with you. It's not how do I do it, it's how do I know where to stop is probably the real issue. I better clear that out. So, fortunately with this cellulose acetate, we could actually see where we're going to. I can actually probably feel it, to be honest. I think that'll do. It's a pretty low accuracy job, this. I'll see you later. Okay, now, as you can see, this was the one that I drilled the hole in, and this blade used to be in this handle, and this blade used to be in this handle. Now, this one, as you can see, was a Stanley made in Australia, 65709. So this is a fairly recent, well, for me, fairly recent, year 2000 or something. What I wanted to do was put this blade into this handle, and you think, well, that's a stupid thing, and you're right, but that's what I wanted to do. I used this handle, because I had various other ones here, because this is a 4-inch long screwdriver, which, especially for one that big, I don't like short screwdrivers. Everybody who knows me, I always have long screwdrivers. And so that's why I chose to not destroy, but separate these two. And I'll see you later. Oh, I will mention, I've got a hammer. I've drilled that hole in there now, and this square, this is 8mm square. I wonder if you can focus upon this. Is it going to? All right, so that has been machined, and there's actually a nice radius all the way around here, and I don't like that idea. So I'm going to grind this and have a sharp edge like a cutting edge here. So that's what my plan is. Okay, the grinder's just stopping now. So what I've done is, I'll show you the end. I couldn't film end it. By putting this to the centre and rotating a quarter of a turn as it was going, what you may be able to see, can you or not, is, you see you get that finish, so it's kind of hollow ground and there's a sharp corner where there used to be a radius. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, now this is the setup I've got now. As you can see, I've got the drill chuck in there, and the screwdriver blade is fitted into the chuck. Well, actually, it's not really, hang on, I'll show you. It's not really fitted in because it is loose. See how I don't know if what you can see, but I'm wobbling that. Now, the screwdriver handle, it's loosely mounted in the chuck. It's not very tight, but I've put this piece of material behind it, just so that when I put an axial force, it's not going to go through. Now what my plan is, if the screwdriver will allow me, there's, I don't know if you can see, there's 2 grooves, see, one there and one there, from the old screwdriver handle to stop it, the handle twisting on the shaft. And so I'm going to try and go corner to corner like that, and then get this started, and then I can always finish it with a mallet or something. But I haven't got enough arms. But you can see what's going to happen. I'm going to hold that up in there, and I'm going to turn the handle on the tailstock, which is down here, and push that in there and at least get it started. And that piece of packing at the back there should stop it pushing through. We'll see how we go. I haven't got enough arms to show you. Okay, now I've got it started, and I can sort of wind this handle and talk to you at the same time. So, I don't know what you can see. The old focusing is not the best. All right, so if I'm starting to turn the handle, can you see that is going in? Because I was worried whilst it was blunt, all it was going to do was wedge. Actually, you might be able to see inside here. Can you see that steel moving inside? I can. And what it's doing, those sharp edges now, actually I can see it pushing swarf ahead. It actually is pushing swarf. All right. Okay, so I've got that pretty much finished. As you can see, this blade used to be on this handle, and this blade was on that handle. So I've swapped that around. I've just got that stuck in there because I might keep this because it's a genuine Cyclone blade. And this green one, I've only got this out to show you that this handle is a little bit short for this blade. The original handle for this blade, although this is a late one, the original ones that had this pattern, you can see it's slightly different. It's like I think there's an American company that's similar. Anyway, in the good old days, these handles would be blue. This one's green because it's a Phillips head, as you can see. But as you can see, that handle is 1 inch longer, and then compared to this, it's kind of 1.5 inches longer, but the diameter's the same. So originally, this blade, when they were Turner, and then later on Stanley, made in Australia, they always had this size with the square drive ones, and they were blue. I don't know why. If anybody knows why the Turner and then subsequently Stanley square drive flat blade screwdrivers were blue, I don't know why. But if you're wondering why I did this, let's go for a walk up to the bench. And you can see I've got this is a Stanley case, but I've got a reasonable range of Cyclone screwdrivers. So this one here is my square drive, and that's a genuine one. I don't know if you can read the part number there, but it says C134 6-inch. So it's actually the same square dimensions, but it's only 6 inches long, as you can see there. So if we take that out, that's a real one. And this one here I just made today fits in there pretty nicely. And so now I've got a Cyclone handle on a screwdriver that is pretty useful. And then I've got a fair range. I haven't sorted this out yet. This one here is a bit bent. See this one here? If I wobble it around. This square drive one, if I rub it between my palms like I'm starting a fire, the handle runs true because I did it in the lathe. This one's a little bit bent, but I'm not sure if it's the steel's bent or the plastic. But I've got another one there. And then these ones, I'm going to get a set of Phillips drive. So I'll end up with a 1, 2, 3, and 4 in Phillips, and I'm going to pull this out and put a Phillips stumpy in there. So then I'll have a stumpy Phillips, and then that will be a full book of Cyclone screwdrivers made in the 1960s in Australia, but they were never, but they only made them for a couple of years, I think. I don't know the history of it. I'll try and find out for you. Okay, now I was just cleaning up this screwdriver and I got some steel wool out. So I don't know if you can see. This is the one that says Cyclone Forgings and made in Australia. But I'm just looking at it, and this screwdriver is a virgin. It's never been used. Look at that. This screwdriver has never been used. And this screwdriver was made in the 1950s. And just a little bit of serendipity here, look at that. Where are you going to find a tool from the 1950s? I mean, I've got other ones here, and some are in quite good nick, but this one is a virgin. It has never been used. So that is a new old stock, brand new. And then it made me realise that, see this one here says 271. C, trying to get a light right. C271 3-inch. So obviously Cyclone used the same numbering convention as Turner. Turner was the main manufacturer of screwdrivers in Australia. I'm not sure when they started, but in 1975 I was a first year apprentice and I was earning $55 a week pay. That was my pay. And one of the first things I bought was a T186 set of screwdrivers. Now at the time they were called Stanley because Stanley bought Turner in November 1970 and then they changed the name. But Turner had been making screwdrivers since 1935. Well, actually, they're in business from 1935, but I bought a T186 set, which, funnily enough, they copyrighted the number tool set T186. Actually, I'm collecting one. I'll go and show you. I've just been collecting screwdrivers that from about that era, and this is the set that I'm making. This is basically a T186 set, but I've acquired these. So if you look at this, so these are all brand new virgins, never been used. And then have a look at this one. So it's got the Stanley branded, but it's got the old Turner handles. And again, see this one, never been used. And this one is a tang through. See the steel, if you look at it, the steel goes right through. Turner made a whole range of these. And yeah, so, but these I actually prefer these older handles. And I think they changed, when they changed the modern ones, around about 1980, I'd say, somewhere around there. Because the T186, or if you look at this, see this says Stanley 20-piece screwdriver set, T186, but it's got trademark. But the actual part number up here is 65750B. The B means this is a revision of it. But this T186, if you look here at my set of, it's hard to read now, but that says T186. So this is a Turner set. So this was what you would have bought in the 50s, and as you can see, it's the same as the Stanley set. But see here, it's got Turner written on it. So these are all Turners. This one with the tang through, see, it's still got the Cosmoline on it. And these Phillips head ones, if you read the label, see how it says Turner Super Hard. That was a deluxe model. That steel, I don't know what the grade of steel was, but it was harder than the normal ones. So this set here, as you can see, was a Turner 186 set of screwdrivers. And then in 1975, I bought a set of T186 screwdrivers, but they were called Stanley, but they were still made in Australia, down in Tasmania. And so I've been collecting these to get a full set of brand new. I'm going to put a couple of extras in, like the stumpy green one wasn't in my original set. And there's a little electrical green one here that wasn't in my set. But this was just a box that it was going to be chucked out, so I thought that's a good size. And I'll cut some foam and make that work. But as you can see, these old handles, I like this handle shape better than this was the new handle shape. I think there's a bit less material in it. It's cellulose acetate, which is not a plastic. Everyone calls it a plastic. They're not really plastic. They're made from, what are they made from? Cotton or wood fibre and vinegar. And it's a natural process. And it makes cellulose acetate. They use it a lot in making spectacles. And the film industry, well, the film industry's finished now. But that's the material. And I like this handle shape. It just feels really good in the hand, and I always try and get the older ones because this handle shape is just not as nice in your hand, and you don't seem to get as much purchase. And it's a bit interesting because I don't know who started this handle shape. There's a company in America called Vaco. Well, in Australia, we'd probably say Vaco, V-A-C-O, but in America, they might say Vaco. I think it was in Chicago, and they started in 1938, and they use the same handle shape, but Turner Industries started manufacturing handles in Australia in 1935. So I don't know, I don't know who came first, but so it's either Turner licensed it from Vaco or Vaco licensed it from Turner, but I don't know who. Okay, I've got to go. And just before I forget, Turner, we know they were making screwdrivers before World War II, because I've got a Turner screwdriver here. Look at this, brand new. It's still got the Cosmoline on it. And if you look, see the Defence Department arrow? So this screwdriver was used, says Turner on it somewhere. I've got another one here. These were used to assemble a 303 rifle. I think it was to screw the butt on or something. And so we know they were made for World War II. So Turner was certainly manufacturing screwdrivers for the government. Okay, now we're going to have a look at this bent screwdriver. Now, first off, it wasn't clear to me whether the steel was bent, which it was. I've actually straightened it in the vise, so it's straight enough for me. and definitely the handle is bent. I can see it. I don't know if you can. Now, I'm not sure if in the factory these handles and blades were met together at the end of the moulding process, so perhaps the handles came out of the mould, they were still hot. I don't know. But what I can show you is, if I put this in here, this is a bit of aluminium angle, as you can see. Now see how that the blade is pointing up, and if I rotate it around, that's about straight there. Now it's pointing down, and I can tell you there's an air gap in here. Whereas, so I am very confident that plastic handle is bent. Now I've got my heat gun out here, and I just gave this aluminium angle a squirt with silicone because I don't want it to stick. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Now this heat gun tells me that on low it's 350 degrees and on high it's 550. I have got no idea what cellulose acetate melts at. No, absolutely no idea. It'd be a shame if this melts into a puddle of yellow, because it's quite precious. I don't think I can replace it. So I'm going to have a go at melting that down and see what happens. I probably won't be able to do it on camera because I need two hands. So in the next shot, you're either going to have a yellow puddle or a straightened screwdriver. I don't know which. We'll see what happens. Okay, fellas, well that went pretty well. If I hold this up and turn it now, look, I'm not going to put it in lathe and see if it's perfect, because if it came from the factory like that, I would be quite happy. And if I put it in here now, I'll change hands on the phone, you can see that it's pretty much parallel in every position. What I wound up doing, I heated it up. I was scared about melting it, so I didn't want it to get too incredibly soft. And when I thought it was soft enough, which is, how do you know, a bit of a guess, and I just pushed down and with a fair bit of pressure bent it down, and then once it was close I put it in here and got it right. Now I'm 100% confident that the shaft attachment into the handle is not compromised. You can still see the two, see how they stamp two protrusions on these and then push them in. So I reckon that's fixed. So yeah, if that came from a factory like that, I'm perfectly happy, and it was an irreplaceable piece. So I'm as happy as a dog with two dicks. How's that? So I'll see you later.